in the field of seminar, speech and debate competition, represented Mangalore University in various occasions and won more than 10 state awards for the MC for Alvas Virasat and Alvas Nudisiri in the student and professional life. Winner of Alvas Gaurava Award for the excellent achievement in the field of literature. He is a sportsman in volleyball, cricketer, shuttle, and have won national medals in the game of volleyball. Moreover, he is a good human being, orator. I welcome on behalf of our Srinivas University and College of Engineering and Technology. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Now, I also welcome all the students, second students, those who are completed. You are the main persons, pillars to this function, this event, to the webinar. I welcome you, and also I welcome our Vice Principal, Dr. Ramakrishna Hegde, to this program. I also welcome all the faculty members, students, and HODs to this event. I welcome you. Now, I request our beloved Dean, Dr. Thomas Pinto, to deliver few words about this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Praveen. First of all, I want to thank Professor Prithviraj for agreeing to give a clarification, I can say, rather than a speech. So this webinar is going to be one of the most useful for the PU students. I welcome once again Professor Prithviraj.
Thank you, sir.
Who is the resource person of the day, and also the PU students, probably largely they are the science students. They are the aspirants to join different courses after the PU studies. As Professor Praveen said, there could be some confusions, doubts, apprehensions in the mind of the PUC students, because last 1 year, almost it was the pandemic period, and the direct interaction between the teachers and the students were very, very less. So this being the case, I think many of the PU students have their bit of doubts in the mind. They need a lot of clarifications. What about the next? What to do next? What are the different choices available in front of them? What are the different courses or professional courses or whatever it is available in front of them? So now this knowledge, which they could not get it in the regular classrooms from their teachers, now I think Professor Prithviraj is going to give very, very effectively to clear all the doubts in the minds of the PU students. And also there could be some science students and largely science students, and also some of the parents as well. One or two things I just want to, as a principal of the engineering college, just I want to say a few words which may not be covered by Professor Prithviraj. I, being one of the principal of one of the top engineering colleges in the region, Srinivas University College of Engineering, Mukka Surathkal, is one of the upcoming institutes in this region. We have a distinction, we have a special distinction in this region, that all the latest BTech courses, all the many latest BTech courses like data science, it could be the cloud technology, or it could be the robotics, it could be IoT, it could be aircraft maintenance, it can be the cyber security, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology. So these are some of the latest BTech courses available, which are permitted by the All India Council for Technical Education and UGC, as well as the Government of Karnataka to start with. Our Mukka Engineering College, Srinivas Engineering College Mukka, is the first engineering college to start many of these courses. Even now also, these courses are not available elsewhere. We are offering it since last 2 years. And these are the future of the professional courses. Even though you have a lot of choice in front of you, not only engineering professional courses, you have a lot of choices in front of you. If you come to the engineering professional courses, the Srinivas Engineering College Mukka is having the latest courses which are not available elsewhere, and they are the most economical in this region. And one thing which I want to say to all the PU students and also the parents of their students, parents and their parents, see, since last few years, the takers for science is getting reduced. I don't know why the science takers numbers are reducing year by year. It should have been increased. I have been there in engineering colleges for a large number of years. This is the 37th year. I have excellent experience in the field of engineering. The job opportunities, whatever it is right now, particularly for the latest courses, and also we have conventional courses, of course, civil engineering, civil, mechanical, electronics, and computer science as well. Whatever it is, whatever the professional courses, including the latest professional BTech courses, the placement aspect, if I want to say the lastly, because Professor Prithviraj is going to say everything about the all the professional and also what next, what is the future course of action you can take, what are the different options in front of you. Now, lastly, I want to say one thing: the placement opportunities for the engineers is increasing by year. For one information, just I want to give to my students, I can say, PU students. In Mukka Engineering College, Srinivas Engineering College, Mukka, we are reaching almost 100% placement, even though most of the placement activities took place online. See, out of 135 students, already 120 students have placed, and almost all final year students are going to be placed within the end of this month. So it is the case in other colleges also. That being the case, the placement is not a problem. 100% placement is available even today, with the high merit or less merit, with the distinction or second class, doesn't matter. Job is available for every engineering graduate today, and probably ours is the first time we have reached 100% placement this time, and this is the probably we are the first college to reach that one, and others are will definitely follow. Whatever it is, I wish all the PU students to join for one of the best professional courses of their choice, right? It is your choice. It is your choice, and don't get influenced by so many things. Don't divert your mind. Select a good professional course, right? Whatever course it is, it should be your choice. It should be your choice, and no problem for build your career in a best possible way. Think of, take contact our teachers or our college or our faculty members in through which you got this information or the contact. Clarify whatever you need. We are sending to all the information. Of course, we are sending to everybody. I wish you all the best. Wish you all the best. Take advantage of this webinar and clear your doubts. You can interact with Professor Prithviraj also. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. Hello, Dr. Praveen,
Professor.
sir?
Yes, Professor Prithviraj can continue.
Yes, sir. Sir, Prithviraj, sir, you can continue.
Yes,
Welcome.
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. The principal, vice principal, and all the faculties of Srinivas Engineering College. Hope my voice is very clear. There is no problem with the voice clarity, so that I can continue.
Clear, sir. Clear, sir.
Yes, okay. So I welcome all the students who have joined to this beautiful occasion. The whole world is sitting at home. There were times when we were worried a lot. Now this is the second time the field of education is pressurized, I should say, because we are worried about our professional life now. But think about a teacher who was at home in the month of March 2020. 2020 March till date, a primary teacher has not even entered the school because from first standard till fifth standard, there is no history of a school which is being opened for the physical classes. Will tell us the situation of the education system today. I welcome all the students on behalf of Srinivas Engineering College, Srinivas University. A right topic was given to me, career building during current academic scenario. So I should specifically speak about the current academic scenario. That's why I quoted the words about the teachers. Now, coming to the young minds of second PUC. They went to the college hardly for 3 to 4 months, did their practicals in a hurry-burry, not like the previous batches. Government wanted to conduct examination. Later on, looking at the current position of corona virus, government of Karnataka decided to stop the examination of practicals. Soon after the practical examinations were stopped, another 1.5 months of time was taken by the government to decide to pass all the second PUC students to the upper levels, which is a great move, I should say, because the national government has already cancelled 10th standard CBSE examinations and second PUC, that is 12th standard CBSE examinations. Karnataka government and the education department of Karnataka was in a dilemma. Regarding the 10 standards, they had gone for 10 standards examinations, deciding to make it in the month of July. Coming to the PUC as well as second PUC. First PUC examination was once cancelled. Now they say the department has already given a circular to all the colleges saying that first PUC exams should take place through online, which is not possible. So 2 question papers will be sent to the first PUC examination from the college to all the students. They will write the examination as an assignment. Based on the assignment, the marks will be awarded. Minimum of 35 marks should be given to a student who is presently passing out of first PUC. Hopefully everybody knows about it. This is to the students because I should speak about how will be the evaluation of second PUC for this academic year is a very, very important thing. Everybody in this seminar, whoever is a student, they have a clue or a mindset, say how Prithviraj sir is going to tell us what will be the decision that will be taken by the education department to give us the grading or say give us the marks. As you can all see, the previous year marks cards. The marks cards stated the marks, language 1, language 2, physics, chemistry, mathematics, say biology or computers or commerce subjects, whatever it is. Out of 600, the marks were declared based on the marks obtained by the physical examinations. And based on the practicals, also the marks were added, percentages were given. Will it be the same for this year? No. How will be the marks and the grading? As you all know, when we talk about grade systems, there will be A plus grade, 90% to 100. Say A grade, 80 to 90. Say 70 to 80 is B plus. Say 60 to 70 is B grade. Say 50 to 60 is C plus. Say 40 to 50 is C grade. Hope you all understand about this grading system. But now how will be the grade decided based on the percentage? Hope you all have written first PUC examinations in the previous year. Previous year first PUC examinations. Now till date, none of the circulars have come from second PUC boards to declare how many percentage of 10 standard marks, say 10 standard CBSE or 10 standard state syllabus, what is the percentage of marks that will be gained by them? As well as what is the percentage of marks which is given by first PUC final marks card. So the students have a mindset say 50% from SSLC, say 50% from PUC, which is not going to take place because already the Teachers Association were asked, the Lecturers Association were asked by the Department of Education Karnataka to give a clear-cut explanation on how and when and on what basis the marks should be allotted and whether the student should be satisfied by it, so that there should be no student who is challenging his marks, which is a secondary case. Let me talk about it later. But now, how will be the marks? Or what is the prescription or suggestion given by the Lecturers Association to the board? Say it is not going to happen or happen, decided by the Education Minister. The Association of the Lecturers given the suggestion to the board saying that take 30% of marks from the SSLC, say 50% of the marks from first PUC, makes 80% of the total students' marks card. And what about the rest 20%? They say student has gone to the college for 3 months, say practical exams are done or practicals are performed, say some internal assessments are done, say midterm examination is clear, say first unit test is done, second unit test is done, say preparatory is also done in some of the colleges. Give 20% of the marks from those second PUC, which will make up 80%. 30% from SSLC, 50% from first PUC, and 20% from the second PUC assessments what are done for the present academic year. So, as far as I am concerned, according to my hope, this is a good idea of giving a marks. Say a student who is usually scoring 90% has received 85% according to the calculations, whatever the decided pattern of second PUC board. Can he challenge it? Yes, obviously he can challenge. How will be the present scenario and future scenario regarding this? The future scenario will be, if the student is not satisfied by the marks or the grade given by the second PUC board, can openly apply for the second PUC examination once the corona situations are under control, most probably in the month of August, according to the informations what we have. In the month of August, there might be a possibility of conducting second PUC board exams. If the board is interested, if the board is not interested, the marks are challenged and student is challenging that he is expecting higher marks or percentages. College-wise examinations can also be done, which is decided by the board. Or the board itself can conduct the examination for the betterment of marks, which is given by the board. Now, the same rule has come by the national government for the CBSE 10 standard, but it was announced about one and a half months back. Till date, there is no news about reconducting or giving the marks from the board to the students of 10 standard CBSE. They have left the rights to the schools to award the marks through the internal assessment, which is not possible in second PUC board. As Education Minister has rightly announced, we are following a pattern. The pattern is under preparation. Within July 15th, we are going to give you the particular pattern, which is about to come out in 1 or 2 days. Hope the matter is very clear to all the students who are present in the webinar. Now, let us make it interesting about according to the career building of second PUC students. CET, sir, how about CET exams? Usually CET examinations were decided on a date. Students used to write physical examinations in the previous years, physical examinations, which after that connecting their second PUC board marks, a day a result will be out, a ranking will be decided, 1 to 5,000, 5 to 10,000, 10 to 15,000, 15 to 20,000, based on the merits. Day by day counselings were held, engineering colleges, pharmacy, medical, architecture, whatever the courses, students used to select it and go with their own professional life. What is the current situation? Already second PUC board exams are cancelled. And if board is conducting the examination also, CET marks will never be compared with your board marks. It is already set by the Department of Education as well as by the Education Minister, which in terms gives the focus to all the students to focus themselves into only the CET to get into the further educational systems. Hope you all know there are plenty of students at this particular point of time. They keep calling me. Some of the students' calls are like this. A student, a girl, who called me about 2 to 3 days back. Already her score is 95% plus. And she's asking me, sir, my mother wants to talk to you. And the mother spoke to me. I asked, what happened, madam? What is the doubt? The doubt is, sir, everybody is saying this year there is too much competition. Can I give some money and make my daughter to get admit into one of the colleges in engineering Mangalore? I said, your daughter is a 95 plus percentage girl. What is the need of joining to the engineering college now instead of going for CET, which is yet to be held? And her answer is, sir, we are unaware of all those. When people say, we get scared. I think Srinivas University has made a right decision to conduct this webinar, at least for 50 students who are in a dilemma, or in the 100 students. If there is a message which passes through the minds of the students, get the clarity. I think that clearliness goes out of their mind, which is very important at this present current scenario of education system. So I personally would like to focus few things to the students' mind in building up the particular professional course or joining a particular professional course at this point of time. What is your role? So listen to the instructions. I'll make it very clear. First thing, wait for CET examination. See, those who are waiting for CET examination, and some are in a dilemma, sir, my percentage is only 45, my percentage is only 50. I will never get into CET, I will never get good rankings in CET, I want to join engineering colleges. I don't say no. Say, go and join engineering colleges, join your particular colleges. But be confident that you face CET examination at any cost. There are some students who say, sir, I want to join a college in Bangalore, which is my dream come true. I have to be in that particular college and I am working for it. Please write CET examinations. You all knew last year there was NEET examination date which was actually announced, and the students from various parts of India went to Supreme Court to cancel NEET examination or postpone NEET examination, looking at the scenario of Corona. And Supreme Court said, at any cost, examination will not be cancelled. Central government has made a right decision in conducting the exam in the month of September. Hopefully this August and September you get to face your JEE, NEET and CET examination. CET examination date is already announced. Your JEE exams, which were supposed to be held in the month of April and May, are postponed and may be conducted in the month of July or August, looking at the corona positive cases in the country. So I think some students have a mindset. Now I'm talking about the current scenario and the duties to be performed by the students. Some students, because of the board exams which are cancelled, are not interested about their study because CET or JEE or NEET is just a matter of ticking. Please, if you are trying to build your own career, if you are thinking about others who are in the society, who are at home, they are in difficulty, what can we do? We are also facing the same difficulty. I'm not getting the mood to study. I'm not in a mindset of studying. Please imagine, my dear students, I'm worried for this two category of students in the education system. One is the 8th standard students who were in last year 8th, that is before last year, before Corona arrived. They did not write their 8th standard final exams. Their 9th standard exam was cancelled this year, and they will be in 10th standard for this particular academic year. Think about them. They have never even attended a 80 marks or 90 marks paper in the total life of their education system. They are going to face their board exams the upcoming year. And I'm worried about the second PUC students for this academic year. You ask me why, I'll tell you. Second PUC students of this particular year are the only one batch. They are the students of a batch who have never faced a second PUC board exams, enter into the professional life. There are so many talks going on. There are so many things which are shared by the expert educationists saying that the batch which comes out, though they are eligible or they have the ability to join the professional courses, or do they become good professionals once they come out of their engineering or whatever the professional courses? Yes, the logic is very true. When a student who is scoring 10, 15 marks out of 100 is also made to pass, becomes eligible to enter into any of the professional course and challenge with the student who is scoring 95 to 100%. Now the question is not about ability. The question is, when you enter into the professional courses, though you get physical classes or not, sometimes classes might go on through online mode. See, we need good engineering students. We need good pharmacists because you have understood when Corona entered into India, you could see the situation of medical field of this particular country. There were no beds available. There were no government doctors available. There were lack of nurses. There were lack of doctors. There were lack of cardiologists. There were lack of radiology treatments. I truly mean to say the importance of a field, say engineering, say medical, say architecture, say teaching, say whatever it is, will be understood when there is tough time in the country. So you are the young minds. You are the real souls who have to put up the fire in the field of education because you need to challenge yourself. You need to keep yourself cool. You need to focus on your goal. You need to focus on what is your ambition. That is why this is my sincere request to all the PUC students who are coming out of second PUC. Wait for the order of the second PUC board. How will be the pattern of education marks card? Wait for it. Don't be tensed. Please wait for the opportunities. Please don't hurry up your mind. Be cool. Keep concentrating on the entrance examinations. Crack it. Wait for the results to come. Then take the decision. This is the first point I would like to mention in this particular webinar to all the students. Don't panic because the situation outside is of that kind. Your education system is in safe hands. Nothing to worry. Because before taking a decision, there will be 100 to 200 opinions which are taken by the educational experts. So hopefully I have touched upon the second point in this webinar about the current scenario of second PUC. Now let us go to the another part of my webinar, how to choose a path, how to enter into a professional course. Most of the students know about, sir, we are going into engineering courses. What I have to do? Second PUC, I have to do it well. I should write CET examinations. If I get it within 20,000, 30,000, I get colleges. The list of colleges are like this. The colleges themselves will give the list. If you have to enter into my college, you have to get so many percentage with so many engineering ranking in CET examination. Looking at all these calculations, you all are preparing. Now say how to select. First thing I would like to say, how to build your career. Decide whether you hate biology, you love biology. If you are a PCMB student. PCMB is studied for 2 years. Some students have love towards biology. They are desperate to get into the biological courses. Some students may not be knowing. Biology means you can become a doctor. That's all. No. There are plenty of courses which you can follow. As you all know, NEET is a mandatory examination to clear before getting into any of the medical fields. So be very careful. You have to attend NEET for getting into the biological fields. Say NEET examination is cleared. I should become doctor. Some students don't have time to think, what doctor should I become? Say MBBS, I have to become a physician. Say I have to become Ayurvedic doctor, BAMS, homeopathy, BHMS, naturopathy and yogic science, BNYS. There are plenty of colleges. Say Srinivas, one of the best, I say colleges which offer the particular courses, and some students don't even have time to read about the courses what are offered. So career building is not a thing of one day. Career building is a process. So you should decide, are you loving biology? Yes. If it is ticked, then enter into what field are you going into. I always say these sentences in any of the speeches wherever I give. When we enter into a hospital, say any hospital, do we meet the director? No. Do we meet the doctor directly? No. We meet a receptionist. And I say those receptionists are not doctors. They may be from BCom background, commerce background, human resource background. They may be from arts background. They may be from science background. They are not doctors. They direct us to OPD. Do we get to see doctor directly? No. We get to see nurses. Whether nurses are also doing MBBS? No. Most of the students don't know what to do to become a nurse. They say BSc nursing. How to enter into BSc nursing? See, these are the things to be discussed, guided by one of the good counselor to you. So be very careful. Biology means it is not becoming doctor. There are plenty of courses available. Fine, let us go ahead. When there is a nurse, she gives you an injection. Say she takes your BP. She checks your BP up. She will direct you to the doctor. Doctor will come. Yes, he is a physician. Doctors say there is some problem. You have to go and take one X-ray, one MRI, or you have to go for blood checkup. Whether the person who takes the blood is a doctor? No, she is a nurse. Who examines this blood? There should be a microbiologist. There should be a microbiologist. There should be a pathologist. Have you ever thought of becoming a microbiologist? Have you ever tried to think about becoming a pathologist? What you need to study to become a pathologist? The doctor says you to go to X-ray. There will be a person during taking X-ray. There is a cardiologist. Say there is a radiologist. What you need to study to become a cardiologist, to become a radiologist? Say these are the things which you need to understand first. These are the things which you need to read first. Then you have to enter into the course of biology. See, I'm not going to elaborate. I'm not going to make this webinar very boring, saying the same things. You need to go there. No, you have to select. You have to build, because the topic which is given to me is how to build your career. Think about your interest first. Now, I'm coming back to my first question. Do you love biology? No. If you don't love biology, then either you have omitted biology in entering into the first PUC itself. You might have taken PCMB. No. You have taken PCMS. Yes. You have taken PCMC. Yes. You have taken PCME. Yes. Now, most of the students entering into the engineering sections are from PCMC, PCMS, and PCME combination. Say these combinations, you need to focus on physics, chemistry, and mathematics. PCM marks. Now, there are no PCM marks which are going to be added to your CET exams. Only physics, chemistry, math, CET marks will decide your CET ranking. So, deciding to go with non-medical field. I am not going into biological field. See, there is B Pharma, there is D Pharma, there is M Pharma. Diploma in pharmacy, bachelor's in pharmacy, Masters in Pharmacy. I forgot to tell about that. A very important thing to note about this is after corona disease, I mean to say coronavirus has arrived, there are so many scopes in the field of pharmacy. Hope you understood. It took 2 years, most probably 1.5 years minimum, to prepare a vaccine and distribute it to the world. So imagine the pharmacists who worked behind this. Imagine the scopes the companies gave to the pharmacists as well as the students. So entering into the engineering section, I would like to say one thing. Decide whether you are writing JEE examination, entering into NITs, National Institute of Technology. Your JEE rankings, the percentile will decide whether you are eligible to enter into the engineering sections. If at all you are eligible, I mean to say, your eligibility is perfect with the national institutions, you will have a good future. First priority, everybody gives it to that. The state syllabus students who are looking for CET will go to CET examinations. Once the CET examination was done, through the rankings, you want to hire courses. Some students keep calling me and ask, sir, which is good? I have already taken PCME, electronics combination in my first PUC and second PUC. Should I take electronics and communication or should I take electronics and electricals? There is a doubt. And the clearance for that should be taken before you enter into a course. Looking at the syllabus, what you study, the nature of job, what you are going to get. And now, most of the students have a doubt. Should I take computer science engineering or information science engineering? And most of them say, sir, yaradu unde, that is one and the same. A little difference will be there. Nowadays, the new courses have been started. I think in Srinivas also, there are new courses which are being started. My own students have joined last year. When I went to the program, I have watched a cyber crime department, forensic related, the new arised and the scoped ones are in the market today. Artificial intelligence is one of the very important aspects which is growing up now. So students, don't stick on to a particular engineering college till you study the nature and the job opportunities as well as the scopes, not now, but after 4 to 5 years of this particular world. So I think I am answering your questions in a detailed way, how to select the courses, how to enter into it, and depending upon your particular choice of interest, which is very, very important. Students say, sir, I have to become an architect. There are architecture colleges. There are so many colleges which will offer you the ARC. Some students write JEE examinations through the JEE rankings. They get colleges. Some demand management quotas. Through the management quota, you get BARC courses. Now, depending upon your performance, are you going to select your course? Or are you going to get the course looking at the scopes is in your hands? I would trust and I would suggest to all the students, deciding a course is in your hands. Some students belong to the category, my friend is joining particular course, so I have to join. No, new course has been arised and some students doubt, that is the first batch, should I join or not? Should I join or not? If your aim is to become an artificial intelligence engineer, please don't look back. Just join, and whatever you need to perform, you have to perform. You have to get into that particular level, which is possible. Now, coming to the CET examination, entering into the colleges, everybody knows how to enter into the engineering colleges. But now this point of time, how will be the situation this year? Don't be panicked. Don't be panicked. This year also, after CET examination, rankings will come. I suspect little changes in the CET examination patterns please depend on these particular points. Last year and the previous years, we had CET rankings based on your percentage of the state board. But this year, I think there might be some additional questions to break your tie. If there are more than 2 students or 1 student having the same marks, there might be tiebreaker kind of questions which will not be considered for the main examinations, but you may have to answer it. I'm not very sure whether this logic will be implemented or not. But looking at that tiebreakers also, later on your rankings might be decided. So please read the instructions of CET examinations properly. Once the instructions are clear, any doubts, you can contact your counselors, you can contact the helpline numbers. If needed, you can contact me also. There is no problem. We will provide you the exact configuration of how will be the marks decided by the CET board. Once the NEET exams or CET exams, JEE exams are done, please decide how should you select which college. Now let me come to the college decisions. Some students say, I am in Mangalore, I have to select the nearby college. And in the college, I want chemical engineering and there is no chemical engineering in it. So I am taking mechanical. Is this the right decision? And for the parents, it is a right decision. And to you, maybe it is wrong. So better try to convince your parents. Choose what you want to become. One thing. Second thing is, my father is a doctor, heart specialist, and he is asking me to become a doctor. Most of the times I see 90% of the doctors want their children to be one of the specialists in doctors. So please focus on your goal. I could give you an example of a student of my own who was a daughter of a famous doctor in Mangalore. Wanted to become a journalist. Father made her to join one of the prestigious medical colleges in Karnataka. She left the course and came back home. She joined one of the Mangalore University colleges for journalism. She's in final year journalism now. And she says, I'm very proud to be a journalist in future, sir. See, sometimes life takes us into troubles when we go against the decision of our own life. So please choose your passion, go with your decision, try to convince your parents. If parents are very well supportive to you, they themselves will go and fetch you the professional course which you are expecting. And then finally, coming to the end of my session, I think at this point of time, I have to fill you with confidence. And I am open for question and answer sessions later if there is any. I will be giving you the time for the question and answer session. Okay. So at the moment, I think I have to fill you with some confidence. How to fill confidence in the young minds who are listening to me. See, the time what I have taken for Srinivas and to the students who are listening to me. My dear students, this may be just a small webinar session to you all, but I think there is a lot many problems which the present batch students may have to face in terms of second PUC marks, CET examinations, as well as getting into the professional courses. But not to be panicked. Think about your passion, what you want to select. Please do focus on CET, do focus on JEE, do focus on NEET examinations first. Once the examination is cleared, please choose the right paths, take the counseling, and try to be in your own paths to get the success. With these words, I would like to convey my regards to all the students who are present here. Also, I would like to thank Praveen sir, also Dr. Thomas Pinto sir, also the Vice Principal for giving me, Dr. Ramakrishna Hegde sir, for giving me an opportunity to address the students. Hope I have made justice to the topic what is given. Since the topic was at the present scenario, I have tried to fill the confidence in the students and think before act wise confidences. Okay, so with this I would like to thank everybody who is present. If there is any questions or any kind of clarifications, if you require, I am open to it. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Prithviraj sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Welcome, sir.
Sir, thank you so much, sir, for your wonderful speech to the students and encouraging them and giving a lot of inputs to them. I think all of them enjoyed the speech. And
Yes.
one thing just I want to add here is most of the courses that what we are starting in our Srinivasan University Engineering College
Yes, sir.
is
Please, sir.
they are all their latest courses like we are having the aircraft maintenance. See, the
Yes, sir.
preparation before starting the course, what we are doing is already Srinivasan University brought 3 aircrafts.
Okay.
3 aircrafts worth crores of rupees for training the students, which is normally not done elsewhere. They
Okay.
start the course, then after 3 years or 4 years, they bring the actually practice sessions. But here, before starting the course only, 3, one helicopter, one aeroplane of 16 capacity, one is
Okay.
another the 2 capacity aeroplanes they have brought for
Great,
the
sir.
students. That is the preparation before starting the courses. At the same
Yes.
time, just I want to inform that we are having the courses around 18 engineering courses which are yet to come in various universities and colleges.
Yes, sir.
They're so modern because going through the various companies, tie up with the companies, we're having a lot of types with the companies. What they have suggested, which is the latest. According to that, we have actually taught the courses and which are not in CET, because all these courses are specially started by the Srinivasan University so that we are giving the opportunity to the students to go through the like artificial intelligence and robotics. All these things are what we are dealing with the tie-up with the Holosuite Singapore. They are also taking the classes to the students. Holosuite Singapore, one of the premier institute which is
Yes, sir.
tied up
Yes,
with us, and they are teaching. They are also teaching, and labs are done by Holosuite Singapore for the robotics. Students are going to build up their own robotics. This is how it is going on. So, looking at the courses, already students have started joining. They are
Yes,
booking
sir.
the seats and
Yes, sir.
they are
Yes.
registering it. And
Even I
our-
have heard a lot about the
yeah, sir.
present courses, sir. My last year, few students have joined. When
Yes,
I
sir,
came
yes,
to the
sir.
program last year, I felt very good to see them in the different courses what are offered by our universities.
And a lot of research has been done by our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ital sir, which will be the latest going through because he is a very ferocious leader and he goes through everything and he makes the courses he brings is really the latest. You can see 18 engineering courses, 4 conventional courses, and all others are latest. So we are already started making the admissions to such courses because
I
directly-
request all the students who are here to make use of the informations what you are giving and make a
Yes,
note
sir.
of it. If needed, please contact them also.
Yeah,
So I
already
request-
already students have the, rushing to the courses because
yes.
they have got the limited seats also, and that is running very well actually. So,
Yes.
sir, such a wonderful talk you have given, sir, because you had to come out to our college and we are really passionate.
Professor Hegde,
Yes,
Professor
sir.
Hegde,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
just I want to add only one sentence here.
Yes, sir.
You have clarified almost everything for the PU students.
Yes, sir.
Now coming to the CET, as you said, most of the latest courses, there are latest course in the sense the future lies on these courses. Most of the latest courses what we are offering at Srinivas Bukka, they are not available in the CET. One thing that we have already told. Therefore, for our latest courses,
Yes, sir.
they are going to be future. CET is not required because they are not available in the CET. They can directly come to the college.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Therefore, for most of the latest, we have CET courses also, many latest courses. So latest courses are not available in CET list. Therefore, for such courses and other courses also, they can directly come to the college without CET. No CET is required for many courses. And in such cases, their admission will be economical compared to the CET courses also, or CET fees also. This is one clarification I wanted to give you. Continue, Professor Hegde.
Sir, thanks a lot. Even Yes, sir. If anyone is having some questions from students, I
Yeah.
can, I think.
Any student has any
Yes, sir.
question, please
2, 3.
come up
Yes,
with
sir.
the question. Any kind of questions? Because nowadays, I think if the question comes, it will be only on the second quiz examination point of view. They are not into the professional courses now. They are worried how will be their marks card. At
Yeah,
least
exactly,
open up and ask
exactly,
them.
exactly.
At least open up and ask the questions. Don't worry. If there are any professional questions, there are doctors here, the doctorate holders, they will also answer you. Please come up with the questions.
They can put the queries in the chat box also, sir.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see if there is any questions, you can put in the chat box also. I think they have a clear idea of how second PUC examination marks will be given now. So they are not into the questions much. Any
Yes, sir.
questions, please put it.
Really a good, actually, doubt clearing, sir, from your side. Because
No, that's why I did not speak much on the professional
Yes.
courses and explaining them.
Yes,
I
sir.
wanted
That
to
was-
make them how to build your career now
Correct, sir.
and how
That's
to
right,
get into
sir.
the colleges. Don't worry.
Correct,
Okay.
sir. Correct.
Sakshi has a question, sir.
Yes,
Sir, what are the different courses in commerce? Okay, fine. I was about to talk about the same. I expected this in the question. See, commerce, we have CS and CA, Chartered Accountants and Company Secretary. There are two courses which I am offering. I mean to say, I am offering in my lecture, which you can think of, CA and CS. How will be the courses? Initially, there will be a entrance examination for CA and CS, which you are writing after your second PUC commerce examination. After second PUC commerce examination, CA foundation, CS foundation will be the basic course. In the meanwhile, if you want to do BCom or any other degrees, you can do it. And then you will have stepwise examination, IPCC level 1, IPCC level 2 for CA, similarly for CS. And then there will be articleship at the end. So there are steps to follow in CA and CS, which will be a major run-up courses at the moment in commerce section. And apart from that, most of the students are interested in BBA and becoming MBA or BCom, MCom, or else there are some diploma courses which are also available in commerce. This is what is the information I can give you in short, Sakshi, for your question. What are the different courses in commerce? There is one more question by Rishabh Putran. Sir, do I have to write CET for BSc in BZC? So this is a common question, which the answer is no. You need not write CET for entering into BSc in BZC. Hope BZC is botany, zoology, and chemistry. Am I right, Rishabh? Rishabh Putran. Is the question clear? It is botany, zoology, and chemistry, correct? Yes, I think. See, BSc, yes, exactly. Rishabh has answered as yes. You need not write any CET exam for it, but you can directly contact the colleges where you have BSc, PCM, CBZ and all. You can directly get into that, but there also there is online applications by Mangalore University at the moment. You need to fill it, and based on the percentage, you will get the seats. Hope the doubt is clear. Yes, open for other
Okay,
questions.
Miss Sakshi, one clarification, further clarification, I can say. Even the AICTE and UGC has permitted commerce students also to join engineering colleges, provided there are certain
Yes.
conditions. They should have studied the business subject and economic subject, mathematics or electronics and all that. So for joining engineering colleges as of now, as per the new guidelines of the AICTE, physics and chemistry study is not a prerequisite. We can conduct some bridge courses in physics and chemistry and mathematics if they have not studied. And if they have studied business subjects and economic subjects, such students, commerce students from PUC, they can join for engineering also from this time. Srinivas Engineering Mukka, we are going to announce even that one also. This is just for your information. This is just for
Yes,
your
sir.
information.
That is a great information, sir. I forgot to tell it in my webinar also. Commerce students entering into the engineering is a great move, which is permitted by the central government. I have to appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Another question, sir.
Okay, Srinivas. Okay, does data science has good? Okay, does data science has good future? Data science. Okay, you're talking about future. See, what kind of future you have to decide first. Is it a future of you or is it a future of data science? Is the question here. See, if you are finding a future in data science, obviously, if you are talented, you are a hard worker, you have your ability in working in the field of data science, obviously it has future, because when we talk about future and scope, it requires talent and entering into the field. That's all. I don't find anything else.
Sir, shall I clear this one? Data science is in the list of the scope in the engineering. It stands in the one of the top, actually 1, 2, 3 we take. Data science is coming in the top three. Top three, that is even salary wise also. Offering a course in India now, yeah, even in abroad also altogether. So this is a really wonderful course, data science. We are having the data science big excel. Yes, sir. So data science is one of the top course as far as scope is concerned, sir, right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. We are having that, sir.
Yes, yes. Any more questions? Please forward.
I think no more questions in the chat box.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So once again, shall I, sir, principal sir,
Okay,
shall I
Professor.
conclude, sir?
Okay.
Madi, sir.
Okay, sir. So first of all, I would thank our guest speaker today, one of the very good orator in our coastal Karnataka, I can say, who can clear the doubts. I think we need more sessions from sir in the future also. And I thank our Dr. Thomas Winter sir also, Dean Srinivas University for Engineering Technology, which is doing a great work in the field of engineering and with a lot of advances in engineering and with the tie-up with so many companies and giving a lot of opportunities in the the campus placements also. Sir, thank you very much for your introductory speech, sir. And I also thank all the staff members, HODs, Sripakar sir, and all the HODs, those who have joined, Dr. Subraj Aital and Dr. Praveen sir, who is the main person to arrange this. Dr. Praveen sir, thank you so much for such a wonderful work and helping the students, to you students, by hosting this wonderful talk. And not the least, our students, those who have come to this session, I think greatly benefited by the speech of our guest today, Professor Prithviraj, with so much of clarity has given very important things. So thank you so much, sir, for helping everybody.
Thank you,
And
sir.
even Professor Vishwas Shetty for hosting this. So thank you, Vishwas Shetty, for your cooperation. I thank our management for giving such a wonderful arrangement. Even SIT Mangalore for providing us this platform for conducting this particular webinar in the WebEx. Okay, so thanks a lot, each and everyone. So we shall have one more in the near future. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks all the participants, everybody. Once again. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.